How's it going, everybody? I am Money here, and today we're actually going to be starting our series for how to grow your YouTube channel. And before I begin, I just want to let you guys know this is not going to be one of those cheesy how-tos to where I just watched a whole bunch of how-to videos, picked up some notes, and decided I'm going to make a how-to so I can get a whole bunch of views. This is actually going to be coming from my perspective of what I view as a viewer and also as a YouTuber, and I'm going to be speaking from my perspective and from experience. So the first thing we're actually going to be discussing today is going to be content. Content is going to be what brings people to your channel, and that's going to be what you're going to need to grow your channel in terms of becoming popular and achieving that famous YouTube status that everyone's out there searching for. So the first things first, video quality. I run into a lot of people who record their videos with iPhones. Everything that you view nowadays is HD quality. You don't want to go to the movies and then watch anything under 1080p. It's just not how it works. So people want the same exact things from your videos. When you're advertising your videos, you need to understand that people want to see the highest level of quality coming from your video. So what you need is a capture card. You can't record your videos with an iPhone or anything else and expect people to want to watch and subscribe to your channel. So I would suggest anything that's HD related or any other capture card that you find is doable and has good video quality. Now, I wouldn't do what I did and put in capture card in Google and basically purchase the most highest capture card possible, assuming you're going to get the best amount of quality. I have an Apog capture card, and when people ask me for suggestions and what they should purchase, I honestly reference the Elgato. To me, the Elgato seems like it's a lot better, and it actually is cheaper than the Apog. And the reason I reference the Elgato is because when I go to some of my favorite YouTubers and I ask them or it's referenced what do they use, they always use the Elgato. So that is my personal opinion. Obviously, do your own research. Next, moving on to audio quality. You're going to want to purchase something that captures your audio and sounds good. I know a lot of people that first start off, they use their iPhone. That's pretty shitty. In-game mics, that's also going to come out pretty shitty. So video and audio are going to be all in the same. You're going to need something of the highest quality. And when I say highest quality, that doesn't necessarily mean purchase amount or top-notch freaking producer director type quality. That means you need something good enough for your current status. For example, I first started off with the Blue Snowball. This is my first commentary that I used with the Blue Yeti, and I didn't need a Blue Yeti when I first started off because my audience wasn't that big and they weren't going to be expecting that level of audio quality. So when you first start off, you need something to get you by, and I believe the Blue Snowball is pretty good. It's relatively cheap for the amount of quality you're actually going to be able to get out of it. Next, in terms of your content, you're going to want to know what is your focus and what are you good at. Now, when I say that, do you want to be a gameplay channel? Do you want to be a commentary channel? Do you want to do Minecraft stuff and do walkthroughs? Find out what you want, because I run into a lot of people who have Grand Theft Auto and they'll have funny moments, and then next thing you know, they're posting about ghosts, and then it'll be walkthroughs, and it's kind of like they're just jumping around from subject to subject to subject. It doesn't even seem like they're even interested in what they're bringing to the table. They just want to find something that other people are interested in so they can start doing that thing. Don't do that. Find out what you want to do, what you're good at. For example, I happen to think I'm a good commentator, so I focus on commentaries. I've done the whole, I want to do montages, I want to do walkthroughs, I want to do funny stuff. That's not what I'm good at. That's not where I want my focus to be. I want to focus on commentaries. So focus on what you want to bring to the table. Don't let people, whether it's YouTubers or subscribers, adjust you in one way or another. Let them give their feedback and suggestions. But if your heart is not invested into your content and one, you're not good at it because that's not what your mind frame is on, then it's not going to be good. So remember that. Ignore the ratings in the beginnings and fuck the dislikes. Now, the reason I say this is because when most people dislike your video, they're not leaving an explanation in the comment section as to why they're leaving a dislike. Ignore the dislikes in the beginning. It doesn't matter. Also, ignore the likes. It doesn't matter because most of your subscribers are going to be your friends or people you acquire from a sub for sub basis, like for like, comment for comment. So those things don't matter. Ignore all that stuff and focus on nothing but the content. And when I started getting dislikes, they were from people who didn't like my clan affiliation. They didn't like something I said in a comment section. They probably didn't even watch the video. So the same goes for you. Fuck the dislikes and fuck the likes in the beginning. Focus on nothing but your content and focus on the people who are going to invest their time and effort in helping you grow. So when I listen to people in my comment section, they've been around for a while and they've been around since day one, and they always offer feedback, whether it's in the comment section are on my PSN where people won't see it except for myself. But those are the people I listen to when it comes down to adjusting my content in a different direction, because those people have been around. I trust their instinct when it comes to that kind of stuff. And do the same. People are going to stop by your channel. They're going to leave you a few comments. You'll never hear or see from those people again. Don't listen to that shit. That shit is useless. Next is going to be the overall tone of your channel. We're going to talk about banners and icons. And I cannot stress this enough. You look at my intro and you're probably brand new to my channel and you're saying, wow, that's a really nice intro. I'm going to go get one of those. Don't go get one of those. Those are fucking expensive. You don't need one of those. You can get a whole bunch of banners and icons for under $15. And that's what you need to start off. You don't need something that your favorite YouTuber has, because either they got them for free or they paid a good amount of money for it. Go to Google, type in banners and icons for sale or intros, whatever have you, and you're going to be able to find people who have small channels who are just starting off just like you, and they want to get their feet wet in the editing and GFX and all that other kind of stuff that I'm not familiar with, but they'll have intros pre-made. And they'll be able to adjust it in terms of the name and maybe clan name and what you want it to say. But the visual effect most likely is going to be pretty set, but it's going to be relatively cheap and it's going to be able to fit your channel perfectly. You don't want a $300 intro for a channel that's got 7 subscribers. Is really pointless. Same goes for your icons and your banners. You want something that's going to catch the attention of other people, but at the same time, people aren't going to be typing in your name in the search section and your name's not going to, it's not going to pop up. That's just how it goes. So you need to attract the people that you lure to your channel and say, hey, I am taking this serious. I am putting in some effort and I'm investing in this craft. Next is thumbnails. I don't have very much experience in this because I don't use thumbnails. I personally don't like thumbnails, and that's because I'm a commentator. If you're a pub stomper, if you do gameplays, if you do funny moments, stuff like that is really good for thumbnails. Maybe even how-tos like this, those are really good for thumbnails. But for the most part, I don't need them because I focus more on the commentaries. But I'm definitely not against them, but definitely do your own research because I don't have very much to talk about in terms of thumbnails. Next, show constant and consistent growth. I cannot stress that enough. And don't focus on the constant, focus on the consistent. Every time you do a commentary or post a gameplay, you should improve something. It doesn't matter what it is or how minor or how major it is. Improve something. Go back and watch your content, look at what you're doing and build upon something. It does not matter what it is. When I first started, I tried to focus on not saying and smacking my lips, because in terms of commentary, it doesn't sound good. So that's something you can focus on, whether it's audio or video. Make constant and consistent growth in terms of your content. Last, if you change direction, do it slowly and expect backlash. Now, when I say that, that goes back to the guys that want to start off doing Grand Theft Auto and then they switch to Ghost, then they switch to something else. I'm not saying that's necessarily bad, because maybe you started doing something and you realize, you know what, this isn't that fun. I'd rather do Minecraft now. And then you do Minecraft and you say, you know what, this isn't really all that fun. Let's do something else. There's nothing wrong with getting your feet wet and trying different things. For example, when I first started, most of my stuff were Moabs and sniper stuff. Well, as I progressed, I realized I didn't want to keep up with the sniper stuff because it didn't attract the kind of audience that I saw fit for my channel, what I wanted to grow into. I did walkthroughs. The walkthroughs didn't work out too well, but I enjoyed them, but they didn't pan out too well. So I said, you know what, maybe this isn't my strong point, so I'm going to change and do other stuff. But in terms of my main stuff, it was all commentary and gameplay based. Those other things were kind of side projects that I did on the side, and they didn't work out too well, but you can't let the backlash deter you from doing something. For example, I may say today, hey, I'm really big in the commentaries, but tomorrow, you know what, I'm really big in the snipers. So if I want to adjust in the sniper stuff, I have to weave it in slowly. That's what I'm saying. So don't just say, hey, I'm going to do Grand Theft Auto today and then bam, I'm not doing anything but Ghost from here on out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, fucking leave. You can't do that. Most likely, if you have an audience that is there and they're committed to your content, they will stick through whatever you bring to the table. As long as you're having fun and you can make it entertaining for them, they don't really care if it's Ghosts or if it's Minecraft or, you know, what have you. Unless you have a specific kind of content such as pub stomping or walkthroughs, they're not going to want to go from pub stompings to funny moments in Grand Theft Auto. That it just doesn't work like that. But you do have a little bit of leverage when it comes down to changing your direction. Just make sure you work it in steadily and make sure that you let the people know that, hey, I'm growing just like, you know, you're growing to like my content, so we have to do it together. That's going to be all in terms of content. You want, add your 2 cents to the comment section. I would honestly prefer if you were a non-YouTuber, because then you could let people know when they watch this video, this is what they should be looking for. This is what, you know, turns me away from a channel. This is what keeps me towards watching this person's content. This is what makes me hit the like button. This is what makes me hit the dislike button. Anything that you could add, I would love for you to add it, because honestly, I think a lot of people who are just starting off, are people that I find from Twitter who have their own YouTube channels. They're going to be the primary audience for this series. So anything you can leave for them would be wonderful. I'll catch you guys next time. I am Money out.